Call the member for Maroochydore.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Well, it's time to back rail, not block rail, to Maroochydore. Who would think that since August 2005, when the Labor government announced a $480 million project giving, quote, the green light commitment to establish a high-speed line from Beerwah to Caloundra by 2015 and up the coast of Maroochydore by 2020, bringing rail to the Sunshine Coast and the coastal area, that we would have a Labor government in this place throwing the money back at the federal government and making excuses for why they don't want to deliver on the plan. It's time. It's time to bring the rail to Maroochydore. And for the information of Treasurer Dick, who thinks that it's only about LNP seats, which apparently is his criteria for not doing stuff, there are Labor seats that will benefit from the rail, the Campos corridor. Now, I also realise that some of the backbenchers of the Labor Party perhaps were sold a bit of a pup when they were told how wonderful they are and how they're building stuff. Let's give them a little history lesson. In 2009, Anna Bligh went to the election not only having promised to duplicate the North Coast line on the Sunshine Coast, which is the spine up to Queensland, not only promising, they'd gone to market and were briefing the market about the fact that the next stage of the rollout of duplication would continue. And then what happened, as my colleague, the member for Glasshouse, outlined, after the election, they ripped that up. They threw it out and they realigned funding into other areas. Now, that's the record of Labor with rail and the Sunshine Coast. But we're going to stand up to the bullies, such as the Premier and some of her hack ministers, who want to blame the people of the Sunshine Coast for not voting for them. People don't like bullies, and they don't like that sort of deceit when they promise one thing before an election in 2009 and mislead the public and rip it up afterwards. I am delighted that the federal government, unlike this government, has said this is in the budget. This is part of our plan to build the rail through to the coastal area of Maroochydore. Even though this Labor government had it in their original plans and now they don't want to do it, they're finding all the weasel words and excuses about why they don't want to do it. So they can waste money with blowouts and other projects, but they won't commit to this project, which must happen, that needs to happen, if they're serious about the 2032 Olympics, let alone the population growth on the Sunshine Coast. These projects have to start now. They have to start now. It's about an infrastructure pipeline where the planning is done and they are delivered. But this government's had all these years and now they're saying they haven't done the planning. They're making all these excuses and saying, oh, we can't take the $1.6 billion from the federal government because we haven't done the planning. I bet there's been more planning done on Campos than there's been done on the $1 billion Gabba upgrade for an extra 8,000 seats. I bet they've committed themselves to other projects and yet they're claiming they haven't done the planning for this project. Well, I don't believe it. It's time that they committed to it and stop throwing the money back, start getting into action and making it happen. And stop blaming the people of the Sunshine Coast for saying that they want it. Stop saying that they're going to punish the people of the Sunshine Coast because we back them and we're standing up for them. So our message is this. It's time to back rail rather than block rail to the Sunshine Coast. It's time to build infrastructure rather than stop it building infrastructure. It's about a government of Queensland that needs to be for all of Queensland rather than for their mates, rather than those who line their pockets through the select areas of, who knows, someone said earlier, maybe they'd start building things if Enacta was the preferred lobbyist and was getting cut. Apparently the business case model that they listen to is having a little bit of money shuffled in via option B. They're favoured consultants now. Oh, they're not lobbyists, they're consultants, but they're really lobbyists by any other name that's funneling money to this government and not into the projects that Queenslanders want and the Sunshine Coast knows that they need. If you want a livable region, if you want to have people using public transport, you need to invest in it and you need to see the projects that have been laid down coming to fruition. No more excuses from this government that wants to bully and punish people who are standing up and saying this is the right not only for the Sunshine Coast but South East Queensland and all of Queensland to have the infrastructure spent in the places of need, and this is an area of need. It's time it was delivered
Member's
by
time
this
has
government.
expired.